know where they go. I've been pushed and pulled and brought ahead, and now I'm right ahead of flow. Going to bend, to bend, to bend, to bend down the edge of the lion. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming here tonight. It's been such a pleasure. It's a wonderful tent to play in. I want to thank you so much to Joe and Tom and Eddie for organizing all of this. Everybody, thank you so much. Everybody who brought food, limoncello drinks. Great idea. I'm a big fan of puns with cello. So I'll just tell this a couple stories for you, story time before my last song. First of all, speaking of cellos, I've gotten into this collecting cellos and altering cellos. It started a few years ago when my friend Mark Sutherland flew me to Kansas City and said, "Could you make a feed cello?" I said, "A what? A feed cello?" No, a feed, like sweet feed for animals. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it was this weird production where it was awesome because he had, as a teaser for the show, he had a petting zoo. And there were alpacas, llamas, miniature cows, all sorts of strange animals. And he wanted me to play cello with this beat-up cello that had sweet feed inside of it to attract the animals to come eat out of it while I was playing. Now that was a first for me. And he said, "Can you make one?" I'm like, "Well, sure. I mean, I've never made a feed cello before, but why should that stop me?" So we did it. You know, I put kind of these holes in it and put carrots in the cello. It was a beat up cello, very beat up. And I put a little trap door that would fall open, and the sweet feed would fall out of the cello, and the back was amplified. So it would pick up the sound of the munching, and it was very interesting. Anyway, it was awesome. But after that, you know, there's no turning back after an experience like that. So I was like, I wonder what else I could do with cellos, you know. So I've put an electric sander on a cello and amplified it, and and recently my new Mardi Gras persona, which might have to exist every Mardi Gras from now on, is Van Halen. Yeah, I've made a Eddie Van Halen cello. I painted it with the stripes. I researched how to do this, practiced on some shoes, and and then made the cello. And so now I'm Van Halen every Mardi Gras day, and it's very exciting. Thank you. Yes, thanks. You can look out for me. I'm wearing a mullet. I love living in New Orleans. It's great for a surrealist brain, and a person who likes to have fun and just be silly, and also play strange music. I mean, they have a pretty accepting musical community and very inspiring place to be. It's taught me a lot and encouraged me a lot. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I do like to come back here a lot because I have family, and I went to high school in Libertyville. I studied with I was with the Midwest Young Artists, and so I have a lot of love for this area. It's a reason why I play cello, probably the way, you know, with getting the education that I do, the way that I do now. But no, I love this area, so yes, I will come back more often. And I've played shows with Michael Zarang, and Tim Daisy was here tonight, fabulous drummer, and a lot of other wonderful. Carolyn Davis is a great saxophone player up here, and there's a lot of beautiful musicians. I don't have to tell you guys that. Anyway, so I'll come back. If you'll have me back. So my 3 albums are very different from each other, and my newest record is with me, as you see me now, with this loop pedal and singing and laying down different tracks. I do use an electronic valve instrument on the first track, which is an analog synthesizer, wind-activated analog synthesizer, so it's pretty interesting.
Sounds groovy.
Instrument. Anyway, this next song, though, is The Knights of the Round Table. It's a song I learned when I was 6 years old at summer camp in Belgium. I was dodging cow pies and taking very frigid baths in the morning with a whole bunch of other 6-year-olds. And it was great fun. Medieval style camp is real popular over there. And all the adults were drinking probably, lots of wine and in their thermoses, and we were having hot chocolate around the campfire at night, and they taught us this song. It's about drinking as much red wine as you possibly can before you die. And then saying, well, we might actually die sooner than we think, so we better plan our tombstone. And on the tombstone it'll say, here lies the king of all drinkers, And they actually go as far as saying the moral of the story is to drink as much as you can before you die. So it's a good children's song. And cheers. It has a sing-along part, so it's a good way to kind of end the night. Don't be intimidated. It is in French, but it's very easy. It's yes and no, which is oui, 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 and non, non, non. All right, good. And it repeats very many times, so you have a lot of chances at it, So here we go. I dressed up as a French man to sing this in New Orleans once because I was invited to a French male secret society of French men that were drinking wine out of chalices. And they're like, we heard you do this song. The only catch is that you got to dress up like a guy. And I'm like, great. So I did that too. Feed cello, dress up, wear a mustache, whatever. Chevalier de la table ronde, goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Chevalier de la table ronde, goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Goûtons voir, oui, 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 goûtons voir, non, 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 goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Goûtons voir, oui, 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 goûtons voir, non, 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 goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Mes deux pieds contre la muraille et la tête sous le robinet. Mes deux pieds contre la muraille et la tête sous le robinet. Et la tête, oui, 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 et la tête, non, 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 et la tête sous le robinet. Et la tête, oui, 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 et la tête, non, 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 et la tête sous le robinet. S'il est bon, alors qu'on en boive 5 à 6 bouteilles. S'il est bon, alors qu'on en boive 5 à 6 bouteilles. Qu'on en boive, oui, 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 qu'on en boive, non, 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 qu'on en boive 5 à 6 bouteilles. Qu'on en boive, oui, 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 qu'on en boive, non, 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 qu'on en boive 5 à 6 bouteilles. S'il est bon, s'il est agréable, qu'on en boive jusqu'à nos plaisirs. S'il est bon, s'il est agréable, qu'on en boive jusqu'à nos plaisirs. Qu'on en boive, oui, 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 qu'on en boive, non, 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 qu'on en boive jusqu'à nos plaisirs. Qu'on en boive, oui, 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 qu'on en boive, non, 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 qu'on en boive jusqu'à nos plaisirs. Hop, 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 hop. Chevalier de la table ronde, goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Chevalier de la table ronde, goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Goûtons voir, oui, 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 goûtons voir, non, 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 goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Goûtons voir, oui, 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 goûtons voir, non, 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 goûtons voir si le vin est bon. Quand je meurs, je veux commentaire dans la cave près du bon vin. Quand je meurs, je veux commentaire dans la cave près du bon vin. Dans la cave, oui, 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 dans la cave, non, non, non. Dans la cave près du bon vin. Dans la cave, oui, 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 dans la cave, non, 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 dans la cave près du bon vin. La morale de cette histoire, c'est de boire avant de mourir. La morale de cette histoire, c'est de boire avant de mourir. C'est de boire, oui, 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 c'est de boire, non, 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 c'est de boire avant de mourir. C'est de boire, oui, 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 c'est de boire, non, 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 c'est de boire avant de mourir. Sur ma tombe, je veux qu'on écrive ici vit le roi des buveurs. Sur ma tombe, je veux qu'on écrive ici vit le roi des buveurs. Ici vit, oui, 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 ici vit. Non, 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 ici vit le roi des buveurs. Ici vit, oui, 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 ici vit. Non, 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 ici vit le roi des buveurs. Ici vit, oui, 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 ici vit. Non, 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 ici vit le roi des buveurs. Ici vit, oui, 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 ici vit. Non, 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 ici vit le roi des buveurs, le chevalier de la table ronde.
Check her out on Facebook, sign up for the mailing list, so next time you're in town you'll know it. And I'll step over there and sell you some CDs. And
Thank you so much. Yes.
Beautiful.
my goodness. Walking feels kind of good.
Yeah, but it's
That sounds super fun.
So that's a board. So we'll swap. Yeah.